The creation of middle-class wealth is historically rooted in home ownership. This is historically generally true, with important exceptions. We all know that not everyone has equal access to property ownership. Property markets can crash. Some families lose property due to debt, taxes, or economic shocks. Ownership is a driving force for upward movement, exhilaration, or promotion, financially, socially, psychologically, spiritually, or structurally. Owning land or a home creates stability, leverage, equity, and legacy. For example, property ownership has historically created multi-generational wealth. The claim doesn't mean everyone who buys property becomes wealthy. It just means historically, property ownership has been one of the most common mechanisms for building and transferring wealth across generations. Access has historically been unequal, but where ownership was achieved, it has often served as a major wealth-building tool. Land-owning families historically accumulated wealth through agriculture, rentals, and land appreciation. In many modern economies, home equity is the largest asset held by middle-class families. Wealth transfers through inheritance frequently include real estate. Home equity is the largest asset for many households. Research from the Pew Research Center found that the typical U.S. homeowner had about $174,000 in home equity in 2021. The typical retirement account was about $76,000. Other assets, including stocks, vehicles, bank accounts, had far lower median values. This shows that the primary residence is usually the most valuable single asset in the portfolio of many households. Home equity makes up a large share of household wealth. The same analysis found home equity accounted for about 45% of the median homeowner's net worth, based on Pew Research Center. That means nearly half of the typical homeowner's wealth comes from their house alone. Middle-income households rely heavily on housing wealth. Data summarized by the Pew Research Center also shows that for lower and middle-income families, home equity represents roughly 40 to 55% of their assets. Higher-income households tend to diversify into stocks, business ownership, financial assets. But middle-class households usually hold much more of their wealth in their home. Home equity is one of the two dominant wealth components overall. The United States Census Bureau reports that home equity and retirement accounts together account for about 65% of household wealth in the U.S. Many economists describe housing as a core middle-class asset. Economic summaries note that for the middle-income quintiles, home equity can represent 50 to 70% of their net wealth. This is why economists often say homeownership has historically been the main wealth-building tool for the middle class. If you want to know what you can actually afford, schedule an appointment with me. I've added a link in the description box below. Please support our site by sharing to your social media feed. Give us a thumbs up and your most valuable feedback in the comments below. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching.